Police in New York have arrested a person of interest in connection to the shooting death of an imam and his friend.
He was there just prior to that. We have him on video about 8 minutes prior to the homicide, and then he takes off directly afterwards. We'll put those facts together and go forward in exploring his life to see what's going on, and it's possible that it's either hate crime or some other motive.
The person of interest is being charged with an unrelated hit-and-run traffic accident and assaulting police officers, which allegedly happened while he was being arrested. The imam and the second victim were shot and killed at close range on Saturday as they left a prayer service. Today, about 1,000 people attended a funeral service for the two victims. Zainab Chaudhry is a spokesperson for the Council on American Islamic Relations. She joins us now from Washington. Zainab, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
What do you make of this incident? There is a lot of anger out there.
There's a lot of anger, a lot of fear. Right now, our hearts go out to the families of the victims and the community that's been so devastated and rocked by this horrific tragedy. Right now, we're demanding justice for the families and the community, and we're making sure that we do whatever we can to provide support to that community while we're calling on law enforcement to do their due diligence to make sure that the perpetrators who are behind this horrific shooting is brought to justice.
You mentioned that due diligence. Today, police, as you heard, revealing that they have a person of interest. What do you make of that development?
We welcome that there is a suspect in custody. At the same time, we want to make sure that the law enforcement is doing, exploring every avenue, every lead possible to make sure that the person who is behind this is brought to justice. Right now, we know that hate crime charges are not off of the table. This is still being conducted as a possible hate crime investigation. And that's something that I think even as Muslims across the nation are reeling at the news of this horrific attack, in light of the recent political climate with the amplified anti-Muslim rhetoric and the Islamophobia that we've been seeing in really all parts of society, it's even more imperative that we explore that avenue and just make sure that there wasn't a religious or a biased motive that contributed to this attack.
Are people in the Islamic community really talking about that overall political environment?
In this particular election season, that's something that's paramount in many Muslims' minds. I think it goes beyond just the Muslim community. There are many diverse faith communities and ethnic communities who will be directly impacted by specific problematic policies that have been proposed by specifically Donald Trump that could potentially undermine the constitutional rights of many of these communities. So we know that with the Bridge Initiative at Georgetown University published a report in 2015, there have been up to nearly 180 anti-Muslim incidents that were recorded in 2015 alone. So we know that there has been a spike in anti-Muslim hate crimes, bias attacks, incidents of faith-based bullying, discrimination, profiling of Muslims or people who appear to be Muslims. So there is a very real sense of feeling victimized or feeling targeted amongst Muslims across the nation. And when attacks like these happen, they just compound those fears and that anxiety. So we want to make sure that law enforcement is doing everything that they can to bring this perpetrator to justice and make sure that that community has the resources that it needs to cope with this tragedy.
From the Council on American Islamic Relations, Zainab Chaudhry. Zainab, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Hi, this is Robert McCaw. I'm with the Council on American Islamic Relations. So we had a survey out in California. That found that half of Muslim students were actually
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim ghayril maghdubi alaihim waladdallin. Amen. The English translation of that is, in the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, all praises due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the beneficent, the merciful, master of the day of requital. Thee do we serve, and thee do we beseech for help. And with that, I welcome you to another episode of the History Community Life of Diverse and Muslim Americans in New England. I am Hasson, Rashid, your host, and it's excellent being here with you, and it's such a great achievement to come into your lives like we do here daily at CCTV. And with that, I greet you with the ancient Islamic cordial of peace and sanity, and that is Assalamu alaikum. Okay, I mentioned something about us being here daily. Well, I'm going to tell you, Friday, CCTV will be closed. So if you got any business you want to take care of before Friday, that's August 19th, you better come on in and take care of it today or tomorrow, because Friday they won't be here. Okay, first, before I go into broadcast, I'd like to pay my condolences, deepest sympathies, and respect for the Imam. Imam in Islam, Imam is the same as the minister, clergy, etc. But the Imam who was gunned down, and his assistants, the Imam, his name was Imam Malama Akanji, and his assistants was Farah Uden. So they were both gunned down by a gunman, but fortunately the police acted real quick on that one in New York City, and they apprehended the suspect. I was trying to get that video on, but for some reason it didn't play in a place where, and it shows some footage of them apprehending the suspect. All praises due to Allah that the suspect was apprehended. I mean, this blatant act of straight up murder. Just walked right out and jumped out of the car and just shot these two gentlemen. Okay, with that, once again, I greet you with the Islamic greetings of peace. Okay, since we won't be here Friday, I'd like to, we won't be live broadcast Friday at CCTV close. I'd like to just update you on some of the things that's going to be happening around here at CCTV in the upcoming month or so. Okay, on Thursday, September 22nd, 5:30 p.m. That's right here, 438 Massachusetts. There is what is known here as the Lot Barbecue. It was called Backyard Barbecue, which CCTV was at the old location, but since there's a new location and there's a new setup out back, it's entitled Back Lot Barbecue. That's Thursday, September 22nd, 5:30 p.m. and it's right here, 438 Mass, and there's still time to get your tickets, so you better hurry. That's one of the things you can come in before Friday, and that is to buy your tickets to CCTV's Back Lot Barbecue. Okay, all right, I want to get that one off. And another thing that's happening this Friday is the fact that this is the last day that you can register to vote if you want to vote in the upcoming general elections here in Mass. That's Friday. Friday is the last day that you can register if you want to participate in the electoral process, the upcoming electoral processes. There's state elections and there's also federal elections. That's 51 Edmond Street. You can go right over there right now and get your registration all fixed, checked out. You can check out registration, you can get it all taken care of. It's 51 Edmond Street, Cambridge, Massachusetts. That's the last day to register to vote. That's this coming Friday, February 19th, okay? Another thing that's coming up pretty soon in Cambridge here, that's the CPA committee will accept, I don't know if they're gonna accept public testimony on August 25th, but that's the public hearing on the Community Preservation Act. I think this is a date when they vote on which of the what priority gets what percentage of the action, the funding. Okay, that's Thursday, August 25th, 2:15, 6 p.m., Sullivan Chamber, City Hall, 792 Mass. That's you are invited to a public hearing regarding allocation of fiscal year 1600 Community Preservation Act CPA funds. CPA funds may be used for affordable housing, historic preservation, and open space. This is That's when they decide what percentage goes to each of those three categories. That's affordable housing, historic preservation, or open space. Last few years it's been 80-10-10, okay? 80% for affordable housing, historic preservation, 10% open space. So you get on over there and check it out yourself. Don't take my word for it. You get on over there and get interested in how the city is just dividing up this money, okay? Okay, that's once again Tuesday, August 25th, 2:15, 6 p.m., Sullivan Chamber, City Hall, 792 Mass. That's the Community Preservation Act public hearing. Okay. I hope to see you there. Okay. Let's see, move along right here. Okay, I got something from, this is a special one right here. I wanted to bring your attention to the fact that there's been some attention to Harvard Law professor Charles Ogletree, and he sees blessings despite, that's right, Alzheimer's disease. That's right, Professor Charles Ogletree is in the early stages of Alzheimer's, okay? Charles Ogletree, Harvard Law School professor, a member of the African Methodist Episcopal Church, spoke during the bicentennial banquet hosted by the First Episcopal District of the African Methodist Episcopal Church on July 5th, 2016, the eve of the denomination's 50th quadrennial General Conference in Philadelphia. Okay, so a Harvard Law professor who taught both President Obama and his wife, Michelle, told fellow members of the African American Methodist Episcopal Church that his faith is helping him cope with the personal diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease. Okay, I made up my mind to be thankful for what I have rather than focus on what I might lose. An emotional Charles Ogletree said that Tuesday in his bicentennial message at a banquet where 3,000 people kicked off the 50th quadrennial General Conference of the denomination in Philadelphia. Nothing but the grace of God and faith enables me to respond this way. Ogletree said he was recently diagnosed by a neurologist. It was something I had not anticipated. I didn't know how to respond to it, he said. I never imagined that things like my health would slow me down in such a dramatic way. It was, I must admit, a blessing. Ogletree commended the church officials for promoting well-being during the July 5th to 13th meeting with the meeting by including morning walks and luncheons focused on health topics. He said he has learned that more than 5 million people in the USA have Alzheimer's, and that number is increasing. Study shows that African Americans are almost twice as likely as whites to develop the disease. He said, but praise God, I made up my mind to be grateful despite the illness. So I say, praise to God myself for that. So he sure is taking it with high spirits. Okay, that's a local Harvard University professor, Charles Ogletree, who has been recently diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. Okay, I want to also focus your attention on some events that are coming up this Labor Day, September Labor Day weekend in Chicago. Okay, that's there's several Muslim conventions, big American Muslim conventions that are transpiring in Chicago. So I have some promo on one of them, and I want to share that with you. So if you were planning a vacation out in the Midwest during the Labor Day weekend, I advise you to stop in to any one of these big Islamic conferences that are transpiring out there. So the first one is the ISNA conference, okay? And we're going to try to get this promo on for you. Okay, here we go.
This Labor Day weekend, join us for the 53rd Annual ISNA Convention in Chicago from September 2nd through September 5th with renowned speakers, MINA sessions, MSA sessions, 500 booth bazaar, community service luncheon, meet the author, Quran competition, entertainment, and much more. For more information, visit isna.net.
So if you're going out to Chicago for that convention, I suggest that you drive safely over there and back. And if you're flying, I advise you the same thing. You have a pleasant trip there and back. That's the 52nd ISNA conference. And the other one that I was telling you about is the 27th Muslim American Conference, sponsored by MOSAIC, the ministry of the late and great W.D. Muhammad. We're going to have some information on that too to share with you if time permits. Okay, so there's two big conferences coming up on Chicago, and if time permits, we might run those promos again for you. Okay, there was a special thing that I want to, well, not thing, but there was an event that. Okay, I guess I can't find it now, but okay, here it is. It's something that came out, and we just reminded you that Friday's the last day that you can vote here. Register to vote here in North America. But that's just a general announcement for everybody out there in the viewer space. But this one, especially for Muslim Americans. We're Muslim Americans. We try to encourage our Muslim community, which is the Northeastern Muslim community, Eastern Mass, to get involved in the electoral process. That's right. So if you want to vote in this election, you have until Friday. The U.S. Council of Muslim Organizations, they started what they call this One America campaign, okay? So, and this involves the 2016 elections and 1 million Muslim voters. That's right, they want the 1 million Muslim voters to come out and register and get registered, which you only have 19, for the upcoming elections. This is a big elections. A lot of future decisions are going to be made right there in the voters' booth, so you get involved. The election fever is gaining steam, and the American Muslim community is in the eye of the storm. Thanks God, okay, all praise to God. The American Muslim community is also responding to the challenge. This year, and since the announcement of One America campaign, the Muslims in America have organized more interfaith iftar programs in Ramadan than any other previous years. More and more mosques and local Muslim groups are organizing voter registration events, okay? So it's a few days left. I don't know if you got time to register a voters registration event and get the word out, but if you got a telephone, a cell phone, a landline, you can pass that on through the telephone networks, okay, cell phone networks, that this big election is coming up, and I think Allah would like for you to participate in this too. More and more mosques and local Muslim groups are organizing voter registration events. Over 1.2 million views were clicked for a Muslim voter registration campaign video alone. The One American campaign was initiated by that's the U.S. Council of Muslim Organizations to enhance understanding of American Muslims and Islam in America, as well as to engage the Muslim community in the political process and have a voice. The One Muslim Voters Registration Drive among the Muslims, and also working through other ethno-religious minority groups, has been one of the main features of the campaign. 2 important days for the campaign are coming. The National Muslim Voter Registration Day, okay? Eid al-Adha, that's September 11, 2016. You know what Eid al-Adha is? That is the last day of Hajj, okay? So that's when the celebration and the feast go on of the successful completion of the Muslim holy pilgrimage at the Muslim holy city of Mecca in Saudi Arabia, okay? And the National Open Mosque Day, October 23rd, 2016. Please plan for these 2 days. You will find more information on the campaign website. That's www.oneamericacampaign.org. Once again, that's www.oneamericacampaign.org. Free posters, postcards, web banners, flyers, and other campaign and materials are also available on the website to download and to print. So that's, once again, that website. If you like this additional information, you like how it sounds, and you want to get yourself some of this information, that's www.oneamericacampaign.org. Okay, we mentioned how they're going to kick this thing off on Eid al-Adha. But I tell you, that's the last day of Hajj. And I tell you, the first day of Hajj, that's the annual Muslim holy pilgrimage, is on September 9th. So you remember those dates, and you remember those dates coming up about all of these important activities, Islamic activities. They're all Islamic. Even trying to entice you to go out there and register and vote, that's Islamic too. So don't forget that, okay? Okay, we got about a little bit of time left, and I'd like to, there's another video that came out by the ISNA, and it is like a historical account of what ISNA has done, what ISNA is all about, and what they have been doing here in the Western Hemisphere. And it is it presages, okay, it's like a promo for the promo that we showed you earlier about the upcoming convention, but it presages that convention. It leads right up to that convention. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's see if we can get this on. And it's a great video. It's a great production too. Okay.
The civilization that gave to the world Alhambra, a palace of Al-Andalus, and a beautiful place.
Islam itself opened the intelligence toward the truth. Why is it that people with intelligence, like Ibn Sina, believed in God?
Our civilizations in the past, they flourished Islamically and they flourished scientifically.
Islam has not produced a single atheistic philosopher.
The courtyard of the lions, a place where men split rocks and etched into them the beautiful names of God. This inanimate rock seems to have more spirit than those posing today as the saviors of Islam.
These people have nothing to do with this religion.
Unfortunately, as we look at the world today, there are serious problems on both sides of the people of knowledge, both the ulama and those who are studying the secular or the worldly sciences.
We have to build an Islam that recognizes the contribution of 1,400 years. That is how we will make our contribution.
Okay, before we leave you, for a little while, I'd like to say that, okay, I got that right. It's the 27th Annual Muslim Convention, and it's in Chicago, too. It's over in the Midwest, so you got a lot of variety over there as far as things to do, Islamic things to do. 27th Annual Muslim Convention, and this is going to be at I think that's the address is just had this address. Okay, it's at Tinley Park. I know it's going to be at Tinley Park. Let me get this straight. That's a place in Chicago that's going to put this convention. That's where they're going to hold it. Okay, I made a slight mistake here. Getting this information out to you. But anyway, it's 27th Annual Convention of the Mosque Cares Program, the ministry of Imam Wardeen Muhammad. Okay, we're gonna have to skip that right now because we're running out of time and I can't seem to find that other flyer, which will give you some specific details on the annual convention. Okay, but I got a little something here. It's September 2nd to the 4th. September 2nd, that's Labor Day weekend. Tinley Park Convention Center, that's it. It's the Tinley Park Convention Center, and the theme of that convention is understanding our human value to enhance our productivity in society. Once again, it's understanding our human value to enhance our productivity in society. Presented by the Mosque Cares Ministry of the late and great Imam W.D. Muhammad. His son has the leadership now. That's his son, Imam Wardeen Muhammad II, and he has a special presentation for you at the 27th Annual Muslim Convention, so you don't miss it. That's Mosque Special Events, P.O. Box 183, Madison, Illinois 60444. Okay, for additional information, and if you'd like to go directly to their website, you can get it all. You can register for the different events that's happening there too. Okay, that's mosqueers.com. That's and with that, that's the 27th annual Muslim convention there in Chicago. They sure got a lot of Islamic activities going on in Chicago. On Labor Day weekend, I'm Hasson Rashid. You know, I always leave with the fact that superialism can never be subjected by inferiority. So until next time, I leave you with the ancient Islamic cordial of peace and sanity, and that is As-salam alaikum.
We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to revive our faith and to connect us to Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. The ummah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a sacred entity.
Generations rise for social justice. Do not let anyone write our narrative. We, the American Muslim generation, we must write our own narrative.
Stories of resilience, strengthening the American Muslim narrative.
Our community is a community of people like Lupe Fiasco. Our community is a community like Muhammad Zakaria, the Khattat. Our community is a community of people like Muhammad Ali.
70,000 American Muslims are serving as doctors, as nurses, as medical practitioners, saving lives every single day. This is the true story of American Muslims. The tallest building that America has today, the Sears Tower and the Hancock Building, is a gift of an American Muslim to this great nation. So these are the true stories of American Muslims, and we as an organization has an obligation to tell our story.
See ISNA, getting better and improving, getting more creative in providing, different educational programs and opportunities
all over the country coming together.